Some loves arrive like storms and wild, consuming and gone in a breath. Others arrive like dawn, slow, steady, and awakening something in you that was asleep for lifetimes. What if I told you that the love you seek is not just romance, but the mirror your soul has been asking for since the day you arrived here? That the person you're meant to meet is not here to complete you, but to reveal you. Conscious love begins in a place most of us ignore, deep within the quiet chambers of the heart, far beneath the noise of craving, expectation, and fantasy. Most people search for love like they search for a new home. They list the features they want, the comforts they desire, and the things they think will make them happy. But conscious love isn't built like that. It isn't a checklist, a perfect photograph, or a fairy tale ending. It is the meeting of two souls who, without even knowing it, have been walking parallel paths through different lifetimes, slowly making their way toward a shared horizon. This kind of love doesn't crash into your life like a lightning strike. It emerges quietly, sometimes in the most unexpected of places, disguised as an ordinary meeting. But within moments, you feel the extraordinary pull. It's not about the thrill of novelty. It's about the recognition of something ancient. A feeling that says, I've seen you before, not with these eyes, but with the ones behind them. Conscious love is not meant to save you from yourself. In fact, it will do the opposite. It will place you face to face with yourself in ways you may never have imagined. Your partner will become your mirror, reflecting your beauty when you forget it, and reflecting your shadows when you try to hide from them. This is not cruelty. This is the highest form of devotion. For how can you become whole if no one ever dares to show you the pieces you've buried? You will find that in conscious love, every conflict is a lesson, every misunderstanding a doorway, and every moment of tenderness a chance to remember who you truly are. It is not always peaceful, but it is always purposeful. This is love as a spiritual practice, not just an emotional experience, but a path of awakening. In this kind of union, the bond is not held together by fear of losing each other, but by the freedom to grow into the fullest expression of yourselves. You do not cling, you trust. You do not possess, you protect the sacred space in which both can expand. Love is no longer about what you do for me, but who we are becoming together. This partnership transcends the boundaries of ego. Here, the need to be right dissolves in the need to be real. The desire to win an argument fades before the desire to understand. You learn to speak not just with words, but with presence, and to listen not just with your ears, but with your whole being. You realize that in conscious love, romance is not the flowers on special days. It is the way you hold each other's dreams as carefully as your own. It is the way you breathe through the storms, refusing to let temporary clouds hide the truth of the sun. It is the way you choose each other, not once, but every single day. Even when the easy choice would be to run. Perhaps the most beautiful truth about conscious love is this: you're not together to avoid pain, but to transform it. You hold space for each other's wounds, not to fix them, but to witness them. You become both sanctuary and catalyst, a safe place to rest and a spark that keeps the soul moving forward. This is love with eyes wide open. This is the sacred union the soul longs for. And if you are ready, truly ready, the universe has already begun preparing the way for your meeting. A conscious relationship is not sustained by the magic of its beginning. It is sustained by the devotion that follows. In the glow of the first days, love feels effortless. But when the honeymoon fades, when the shadows emerge, that is when the real work begins. And here lies the difference. In unconscious love, the work is seen as a burden. In conscious love, the work is the very purpose of being together. This sacred work begins with presence. To truly be present with your partner is to open yourself like an unguarded sky, allowing every storm and every ray of sunlight to pass through without resistance. Presence is not just hearing their words, it is listening to the tremble beneath them, feeling the pulse of their unspoken fears, noticing the tiny shifts in their tone when they are tired, hopeful, or silently hurting. It also means bringing the full truth of yourself into the space. Many people show only the versions of themselves they think will be loved. The easy parts, the beautiful parts, the parts that win approval. But in conscious love, hiding is a form of abandonment. You do not protect your partner by concealing your truth. You honor them by trusting them with all of it. This trust is not built overnight. It grows each time you choose vulnerability over defensiveness, each time you reveal instead of retreat, each time you say, "This is me, even in my rawness, and I trust you enough to see me." In that space, both partners learn that love is not the absence of flaws, but the courage to face them together. Sacred partnership is also about balance, the dance between giving and receiving, between leading and following, between speaking and listening. At times, you will be the one holding the light while your partner walks through darkness. At other times, you will be the one searching for that light, relying on their steady hand. Neither role is superior. The beauty is in the alternation, the reciprocity, the way both of you carry the relationship at different moments. In the spiritual dimension of love, conflict is not a threat to the bond, it is the forge that strengthens it. You learn to see arguments not as battles to win, but as mirrors revealing the patterns that keep you from deeper intimacy. In this kind of love, you do not seek to prove the other wrong, but to discover together what is true. And here is one of the deepest secrets. Conscious love will challenge your identity. It will push you beyond the roles you've played, the masks you've worn, and the stories you've told yourself about who you are. You will be asked to let go of pride, control, and the illusion of certainty. You will be called to grow not only for yourself, but for the us you are building. As the work deepens, you begin to notice a subtle alchemy taking place. The small daily acts. The way you pour tea for each other, the way you greet each other after a long day, the way you hold each other through grief. These become spiritual offerings. Every act of care is a prayer. Every kiss is an affirmation. Every moment of stillness together is a meditation on love itself. And then there is the shared vision. Conscious couples do not simply drift together, they walk intentionally toward a common horizon. They hold dreams that are not just personal, but collective. They ask, what are we here to create together? It might be a family, a home, a mission, or simply a shared presence that ripples healing into the world. When you realize that your relationship is not only for your happiness, but for your awakening, everything changes. You no longer measure its value by how easy it feels, but by how deeply it grows you. In conscious love, there comes a moment when you realize something profound. Your partner is not here to complete you. They are here to help you remember that you were whole all along. The relationship is not a rescue, it is a revelation. It peels away the layers of fear, doubt, and self-forgetting, until you meet yourself again in the mirror of their eyes. And in that mirror you see both the beauty and the shadow. You see the parts of yourself that you've cherished, and the parts you've tried to bury. A sacred partner does not flinch at either. They honor your light and hold your darkness without judgment, knowing both are essential to your becoming. This is where love turns into awakening. You begin to understand that the same person who triggers your deepest wounds can also be the one who helps you heal them, not by fixing you, but by walking beside you as you face them. And you do the same for them, becoming each other's witness, anchor, and safe place to unravel. Awakening inside love feels different than awakening alone. When two souls grow in parallel, their energy doesn't just double, it multiplies. Their healing becomes a shared current. Their dreams merge into a vision that feels bigger than either could imagine alone. It's not just me and you anymore, it's us, moving through life like a single, unified force. And this us does not mean losing yourself. In fact, the paradox is that the more you love consciously, the more space you both have to be entirely yourselves. There is no competition, no fear of outgrowing each other, because growth is the shared goal. Your individuality becomes a gift to the union, not a threat to it. In spiritual partnership, love stops being an emotion you feel and becomes a state of being you live in. It's not just in the big gestures, but in the way you breathe together in silence, in the way your hands find each other in the dark without thinking, in the way you both feel the world differently simply because you're in it together. This kind of love leaves ripples. People feel it when they're around you, not because you're perfect, but because your bond carries a frequency of trust, truth, and compassion. It's the kind of relationship that inspires others, not by preaching, but by existing. And perhaps the greatest gift of all is this. You learn that love is not a possession, not a promise carved in stone, but a living energy that you both tend to every day. It grows when you feed it, withers when you neglect it, and transforms as you transform. So when you walk this path, when you choose to love with consciousness, presence, and courage, You're not just building a relationship, you're building a temple, not one of bricks and stone, but of laughter and tears, of lessons learned and dreams shared, of wounds healed and souls intertwined. And in that temple there is no end to the journey, there is only deeper,